Should you pull for Irene? The short answer, hell yeah. The long answer, this video. What's up everyone, my name is BoostStreams and welcome back to another Arknights video. Today we'll discuss Irene's kit, some math, and some sample gameplay to determine the ultimate question of this video. Should you pull for her? If you don't agree with me, leave a comment with your opinion. If we get 75 likes, I'll make an Abyssal Hunter showcase with the newly released Spouter and Irene. And please remember to subscribe as every subscription counts. Thank you to all my members for supporting the channel, and if you want your name to be up here and to support me, I do have channel memberships now available. Finally, thank you to Pure Fool for letting me on their CN account once again. Alright, on with the video. Irene is a cute birb and a 6-star dual strike guard. As such, her trait is that normal attacks deal damage twice. This is comparable to the OG dual strike guard Chen, but Irene's kit is fundamentally different. So how's it different? All stats from here on out will be E2 level 90 potential 0 200% trust Irene with level 3 module. Irene's first talent, Flame of a Judgment, says that when she deals physical damage, which she does, she has a 50% chance to ignore 50% defense and increase this chance to 100% against aerial units. You heard that right, aerial units. Imagine the potential of a dual strike guard who can attack high defense drones like heavy artillery drones. This talent is actually crazy. Her second talent, Sword of Purification, increases her attack speed plus 18, and the effect is doubled when seaborne enemies are present. Seaborne enemies are those we saw frequently in the Undertides event and CC10, like the Runners, Reapers, and Cultured Boss. In later graphs, you'll see how this talent affects her attacks per second and thus her damage per second. Irene's module upgrades these talents. Her module is quite handy as it allows her to ignore 70 defense, which is applied after her first talents ignoring 50% defense. It also modifies her first talent to give Irene a plus 5% attack increase, which is also doubled when sea monster enemies are present, further increasing her potential for events like Undertides and CC10. It also grants Irene an additional 65 attack and 50 defense. This is nice because Irene doesn't have an insanely high attack stat out of the box. For the sake of brevity, let's skip to Irene's skill 3, Judgment. This skill is the one we'll be showcasing today and her most commonly used skill. At M3, her Judgment deals physical damage to all nearby ground enemies and levitates them for 4 seconds. When enemies are levitated, they're changed into an aerial unit and can't move, attack, or use skills. But the duration of levitate is reduced to 2 seconds for enemies with 3 or more weight. Next, her skill rapidly bombards enemies 12 times, with each hit dealing 250% physical damage to enemies in a small area around a random target. Her skill 1 is relatively lackluster, and her skill 2 is like Chen S2 but deals less damage and inflicts levitate. Now that we've covered her kit, let's get into some math. I will leave the charts up for only a short amount of time, but please pause the video if you'd like to read the numbers more carefully. With that math out of the way, here's a brief Irene Skill 3 gameplay showcase. Time to answer the looming question. Should you pull for Irene? If you have resources to spend, then hell yeah, go ahead and do it. She's an extremely amazing operator that does a ton of damage even at somewhat low investment. Levitate, the new mechanic she brings to the game, is literally game-changing in that it incapacitates enemies for a short amount of time. Her skill 3 even hits many different enemies, allowing her to not only do amazing single-target boss-killing damage, but also killing a plethora of enemies at once. Keep a note, however, that if you are low on resources or want to save your resources for future operators, that's totally okay. She's not a must-pull by any means, but I say if you have the resources, go for it. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you for watching. Peace.